Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. 2 days in a row, it's like a miracle is what it is. We have to go help Satchel with something. Wait a minute, we're at the right station already, aren't we? I think we were already at the station where Satchel was. I didn't even bother to check the concourse. Let's turn around and fix that real quick. This is a very promising start to the episode. Things could not be going smoother. You know, you gotta keep it interesting, that's the thing. I'm just trying to keep it lively out here. Hey Satchel, what's going on, my robot friend?
Juno, I'm pleased you've come.
So, you said something personal. How personal we talking?
I presume you're familiar with the infected.
I've heard about them, yeah.
Their presence is a real threat to my kind. The virus that corrupts them is contagious. Mechanicals would do best to avoid them. But avoiding a problem doesn't make it go away.
Alright, I'm with you.
A large convoy was seen passing through Taggart. I find their presence both offensive and a present threat. I'd like to request your assistance in eliminating them.
Hold on. He's asking me, I presume you have heard of the infected. He did tell us. We already did a mission for him where we blew up some infected and the facility. I didn't dream that, right? Like, he knows for a fact that we know what he's talking about.
I'm in.
Excellent. Meet me in Taggart when you are ready, and we'll tackle them together.
In Taggart? Man, that's not where I am right now. What are you thinking? What are you thinking asking me to do anything at all? Alright, so here's a problem. We had to go to Louisiana for the Sharky thing. So Taggart is, like, in the wrong direction. Right? Am I remembering? Yeah, Taggart, that's very inconvenient. I guess we gotta end up at Sweetland eventually anyway. Okay, so we go up to Louisiana. Then we gotta just do a lot of flying around today. We're going to Louisiana next. Hopefully Sharky will, that's Colorado over there. What about this one? That's Louisiana. Hopefully Sharky will give us a mission that can be solved with a minimum of flying. Maybe just to beat her at pool. Maybe that's all the mission will be. She's very bored and she wants to roll someone at 8-ball a couple of times. I bet we could get her eventually. Maybe. Honestly, I don't think that's that likely. She is really good.
Pilot disengaged by craft proximity.
Alright, we should probably look. Because we also could use some robot modules. It'd be really handy if we could get a hold of some robot modules without having to go all the way back to Joplin. Because at this point, it's kind of out of the way, right? It would be an awkward path that we would have to fly.
Safe traveling.
Docking request received. Automatic.
That was safe, right? We did what that guy said. Fly directly at the station until they have no choice but to let you land.
So, how can I help out the young and inexperienced today?
Well, I was thinking the cranky and elderly might like to come along on a little tag and bag.
Batty, huh?
Yep, Tanis Drake. She's been laying low in the Nimpu system. She's a stealthy one. Flies an old junker and goes inert to avoid detection. You want to come along?
Oh hell, I'm game.
Right on, girlfriend. Meet me up in Nimpu and we'll flush her out.
Nimpu, I don't even know where that is. It's on the top part of the map, I think, which is very inconvenient. Hold on a second. Let's get up here and try to figure out what the hell kind of route we're going to use to get this stuff done. Oh no, Nimpu's... I mean, it's not where we're going, though. Well, maybe we can get it on the way back? So our move has to be... I really want to turn in this robot thing. But we're still 2 robot modules short. We could try going through Bonaire. Like, Bonaire is a machine shop. I guess that doesn't necessarily mean that there will be robot modules there, but we could try it. We could go to Joplin. My concern with Joplin is just that it's out of the way, and that they don't actually even always have robots. Also, my brake for distress signals thing got turned back on without me turning it on. I guess that might be a thing I'm going to have to hit every time we load back into the game, which is kind of weird. Either that or somebody's sneaking back into my cockpit while I'm at the stations and turning it on. I'm not sure which one of those things I think is weirder. Okay, yeah, they produce robot modules here.
Autopilot disengaged by hostiles.
Okay, hold on. That's not right. There we go. Powered engines. I remembered what the hotkey was.
Destination reached.
Dodge sector traffic.
And like I said, like I have said a couple of times at this point, we don't really need to do this, but at this point, I've sunk so many costs into it, I'd be a fool not to continue pursuing it. Right? Isn't that how that works? Robot modules. Hell yes, give me 2 robot modules. Also, why do I even have these religious tracks? Please take these from me. Okay. Well, I do believe we are gonna end up flying around a lot for the rest of the game. It's gonna be a lot of just traveling from place to place as quickly and efficiently as possible. So we need to get to... I mean, we gotta go back to Louisiana, right? Also, I gotta not crash into any asteroids. Alright, so then we just go generally galactic south for a while. A good long while. Yeah, my concern at this point, if we're just pursuing plot stuff, I guess we ought to check. Is that we are going to spend a lot of time just like jumping around from place to place, not really doing anything. Most of our time is going to be spent in transit rather than on mission. Maybe I'll cut some of it. maybe I don't have it in me these days to just fill hours and hours of space flight with an inane jabber the way I once did. I mean, if nothing else, it's a terrible strain on my throat. Okay, where the hell is the next jump gate? It feels like you should be able to come through the jump gates in whatever orientation you want. Like, they can't be actually just shooting you. Like, right? It's not actual spatial travel. I'm not crossing that distance, but just like really fast, because that would be incredibly dangerous. There's got to be some kind of like you're getting pulled into a pocket dimension, or you know, some kind of weird, not purely spatial nonsense. How was I already being tracked by a missile when I came through the gate?
All units attack my target.
My point is, I should be able to come through that thing facing the direction I want to go. We should work that out. That's a technological problem we should solve. I have another technological problem we should solve, and it is the police. But I guess at least we have a primitive solution available for that one.
Missile inbound. Port shields down.
Boy, the ECMs do not seem to be doing a great job for us today. It's remarkable. With the number of pirates and everything, like there's just a huge amount of space crime going on all the time. And the galactic police apparently have nothing better to do than just like sit in large numbers at warp gates waiting for innocent civilians to harass. People who are just not even doing, currently, any kind of illegal thing. I mean, I'm certainly not going to pretend that I've never done an illegal thing. But I'm not doing an illegal thing right now. How does it help them mess with me? Texas. Yes, Texas is correct.
Well, look what we got here. A couple of assholes.
Autopilot disengaged by hostiles.
This easy prey.
Missile inbound.
Okay, I definitely just flew into the side of that missile, even though I had ECM'd.
Don't squirm.
It'd be really great if we could stop getting attacked for 10 seconds. Well, no such luck, apparently. Actually, I should reset the power, because our shields are not getting anything.
This is not gonna go your
Let's
way.
just employ some missiles here. Lower the danger a little bit.
Missile inbound.
Let's just fill our immediate surroundings with explosions.
This is an act of
You know,
aggression.
to make things safer. The second I catch him, he changes direction.
Unit going down! Unit going down!
Is there really? There is another one. Man! I'm just trying to do perfectly legal commerce. What is wrong with you people? Also, the amount of cowardice we're seeing here from these ostensibly these. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the amount of cowardice we're seeing from what should be brave civil servants here, it's really embarrassing to the Force. I'm sure they would receive a strict dressing down if only any of them ever survived an encounter with us.
Splitting headache.
Did I come through that and immediately crash into something?
Wonderfully. I think we could also use one of those bar-top digital slot machines, though, don't you? Perhaps you have a line on where we might get one.
Actually, I
No,
do.
not at all.
I'll check with my old friend Orzu and see if he's got one to spare.
Sure, I'll just fly back to Nevada. Why wouldn't I do that?
Destination reached.
One problem at a time. I mean, it's not the case that we're actually done with money, right? We're gonna need some money
Go well for you.
to pay off the thing where I am constantly getting shot and firing missiles into space.
Missile inbound. Missile evaded. Missile inbound.
Alright, what are we actually facing here? It's just a couple of coach whips? Figuring with the volume of missiles that we were seeing there, it might be something serious.
Evaded. Destination reached.
Alright, this will push us over 250k. Hopefully that'll be enough to keep us rolling in missiles as long as we need to.
Mission
But who knows? It's kind of turning out that there's a ton of running around to do yet. Alright, 52,000 credits received, and now we're finally on our way to that thing Xander wanted us to do. I think the Xander thing is the main plot.
Bounties around here. I've already got him staked out.
Maybe? I'm not sure. Sure, all this stuff with my husband and whatever, it's all important, but nothing matters more than the story of what is going on between the two Brust brothers. God, I hope we can just reunite those two crazy kids someday. If nothing else, it'd get Richter to stop following me around to every station, dressing what he thinks is incognito.
Missile inbound.
All units, assistance.
Wait, why would there even be new police at this jump gate already? What would be the reason? Like, how would you motivate more police to get to show up? Yeah, sure, someone just tore through the sector and murdered every officer on duty, but I think we should post some new guys. Let's call some people in. I know it's their day off, but you know, we got open slots here. Yeah, what I want you to do is just go and do exactly what the dead guy was doing right before he was killed. Don't worry, I can't imagine anything bad would happen to you. Alright. Eureka, Missouri, Taggart, Sweetland, and then from there we'll figure it out. After we get to Sweetland, I mean, we're gonna have to come back, right? It is the far corner of the galaxy. There's only one direction to go, really. And on our way back, we can maybe hit Nevada.
You've made a serious mistake, citizen.
Oh, God.
Oh, hell, I got breaches all over.
It's kind of like the same easy bad fight over and over again.
Missile inbound. Missile inbound.
It's kind of frustrating that the game is at its best when you are not following the plot, but for reasons that don't really have anything to do with the actual plot. It's like getting from place to place is such a hassle. Like, I wonder if it would have helped if they had maybe gated progress a little bit more, like gated access to equipment and ships a little bit more. Not had everything available to me right from the open. Because now, what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the game is just flying from one end of the galaxy to the other over and over again. And so the only kinds of engagements we're going to get into are basically at jump gates, right? Because I can run from everything else. I don't know, like, to a certain extent, the problem is the way I have chosen to play the game.
Missile inbound.
And you can say that that's kind of the developer's fault in that they made it possible to play the game in that way. But it feels... I don't know, it doesn't feel great to blame them entirely for my decision making. I accidentally played the game in a way that was less than optimally fun. I mean, I had a real good time while we were doing all of our upgrades and stuff.
Autopilot disengaged by hostiles.
Okay, big fight. Ah, man, it is such a... Okay, hold on. Vat-grown tissues. And that's a lot of stuff. It's valuable, but really all I want at this point is to get my human transplants thing done. You know, I'm not checking every one of these guys. Let's just get out of here. I kind of wish we could configure the scanners to just, like, ping if human transplants are discovered. And the enemies are shooting me just enough for me to not be able to jump out of here. There we go.
Destination reached.
But yeah, so like I accidentally played the game in a way that is less than optimally fun. I don't know. Maybe it should be made clearer that this is not the best way to do this, but then how would you even know what somebody is going to enjoy or not?
Missile inbound. Missile evaded.
The tough place is it the case that the only good game is a game that is designed such that that experience is impossible? The player can't screw it up for themselves? No, probably not. There's some reasonable expectations on the player. The answer is somewhere in between those two extremes. I just don't have any idea where. Alright, Satchel. We're gonna help Satchel out before we leave. We do have a mission. What is my active mission right now, anyway? Slot it in. That's a weird thing to be my active mission, considering that it's... Of the missions that I have currently, it is maybe the only one that I have never clicked on.
Greetings, Juno.
Hey, Satchel. So, where's this convoy?
Well, it can't be here if he's here, right?
Through the Dinner Nebula.
Let's hit it then.
The whole point of this is that he needs me to do it because he can't get anywhere near him. Or at least, he doesn't know for sure that he can get anywhere near them.
In pursuit.
I don't know, man. This
There's
doesn't
the
seem like a
cargo.
good idea to
We
me.
must not let any of them escape.
On it.
Craft entering the area.
And I guess Satchel could be safe if he just like turned off his wireless and didn't listen to the radio. But apparently, there is no way in this universe to prevent somebody from calling you on the radio. Functionality simply does not exist. That's how you get this weird like robot Pontypool nonsense.
Our shields down.
Yeah, really? Okay. We gotta make this happen a little bit faster.
Shit.
Apparently, I'm getting... I don't know what was hitting me in the back that dropped my shields quite so quickly. Considering the amount of shielding I have, that should be very close to impossible.
Missile evaded.
Okay, one more down.
Our shields down.
It does seem like we're constantly taking damage in the aft quarter, no matter what my facing is. Like, we're getting hit in the back, and then I turn 180 degrees, and we're still getting hit in the back.
Missile inbound.
Shit.
Missile evaded.
Reload. Okay, I think we've gotten there. Hey, look at that. Free robot modules.
There we go.
As soon as you don't need them anymore, right?
Missile inbound. Missile evaded.
Okay. I gotta say, these guys, I guess they just do a lot more damage than I thought they did. Freighters especially. Or freighters, the frigates especially. I'm gonna try to get a little bit of distance here, maybe get myself on the other side of that big hunk of metal over there. Take a moment to replenish and reorient. Can't tell if there's 2 of those things or 3. Or maybe more, because there are 4 red dots on our map. Yep, okay, it is 4. That's a problem. Satchel's working on this one. We don't have a ton of missiles. I mean, I can say there's that many. Okay. Wasted some there. Okay, there's so many turrets, and they're so good at turning.
Don't look behind you.
I think we've cleansed this side of the thing. Take it easy for a moment here. Alright, and we were using that as cover against this one pretty effectively.
Level decrease.
Got it.
But they were really carrying a lot of stuff. Where were they moving all this cargo?
Destroy that last capital craft.
Man, 4 freighters at once was definitely a higher level of challenge than we have faced in the past.
I believe we've eliminated them all. Thank you, Juno. And for your trouble, a little bit of a bonus.
Also, I mean,
Thanks,
basically,
Satchel. I'll see
a
you
completely full cargo hold. That also helps. things leave an awful lot of debris behind.
Got it.
Radar impaired.
Oh, no kidding.
Starboard shields down.
We gotta be getting close to a full hole. Okay, there's nothing left in the area.
That little rat, Danvers, has made off with a sizable number of my credits in the form of gold bars. Would you be willing to put your skills to use in recovering them for me?
Well, as long as they're close to where I already am.
I can't thank you enough. I guarantee I'll make it worth
Wyoming.
a while. He's fled to Wyoming. It's a fairly desolate system, but I'm sending his ship's ID codes. I'd check the Laramie Belt or Thane Cloud.
Got it.
I will say one place where I do feel like the developers maybe screwed up a little bit is
Autopilot disengaged by
given
proximity.
how much you are going to
Destination
be
reached.
just jumping from place to place. The fact that any conversation kills. Wait a minute, Missouri. This is. Thought I was flying toward the marker I set. Must have gotten turned away from it at some point. Given how much you're trying to just jump from place to place because they make you travel these extremely long distances, the fact that every conversation disables your ability to keep moving while simultaneously being, I don't know, maybe like 4 to 5 lines longer than it needs to be a lot of the time, really sucks. Okay, Tombstone, then Sweetland. That is not my marker.
Autopilot disengaged by hostiles.
Also, it might be a good idea for there to just be like fewer markers that can be shown at once on the screen. Maybe I don't need to have an objective marker for every quest that I currently have, especially if they're like quests that I don't have the requirements done for. But you probably shouldn't show us where we need to drop off the human transplants until we have the human transplants.
Destination reached.
That's a pretty minor quibble, but since this is the episode where I'm quibbling, I guess I had to stop off somewhere and sell all this garbage, huh? Alright, what do we have in the Tombstone system? Well, it turns out the Inviolate Ministries, where hopefully they'll be willing to buy a lot of this.
Missile inbound. Craft entering the area.
Playing the hardest hits for the working folks in the Dodge sector. This is a stinger.
I can't believe how effective that wiggle is.
Autopilot disengaged by hostiles.
That's a pretty cool looking ship. I mean, I guess we ought to check these guys. The religious pirates seem to have a pretty small range of cargo, though. Yeah. I bet we can't even get human transplants from them.
Destination reached.
Clearance granted. You
I'm trying, like, as you can probably tell, I'm trying hard to put this discontent into words. Because, like, the moment-to-moment gameplay of the space fighting is still fun, but I'm spending an awful lot of time, these episodes, just either holding tab or pressing E to skip little cutscenes over and over and over and over again. And I don't know how they would fix that to make it right for me to continue engaging in the fun part of the game, even when I hit a situation like this one where I no longer like need to. And maybe part of the problem is that I feel the need to do other things other than what I consider to be the fun part of the game. I don't know. I like to try to offer thoughts on game design, some kind of like... I'm feeling like I'm having a really hard time verbalizing any kind of idea about what the solution to this would be. Maybe you can't make a game that gives the player this much freedom that also simultaneously doesn't have the problem of the player being able to dig themselves into a weird place like this.
Craft inbound.
Alright, let's see. What did Xander Brust even want us to... Oh, that's right. We're supposed to be meeting one of these religious guys, right? One of the important dudes in their religion.
Come on, Juno. Let's mix it up.
Destination reached.
Must we, though? Must we always mix it up?
For a meeting with Beauregard. Xander Brust made the arrangements. Back off.
Are they gonna back off? I'm curious. My suspicion is no.
And awaits, but
Yep, it turns out no.
also be a new beginning.
I say again, I'm here for an arranged meeting on behalf of Xander
She's trying.
Brust. Assholes, I'm here to talk. Check with your boss.
Missile inbound.
Boy, that's a moment of primal panic. You turn and just see that many red lights on the screen.
Son of a bitch. I knew this was a cock-up.
Well, the good news is all of their ships seem to be made of paper mache, so...
Ms. Markev, you are clear to proceed to the chapel. Our apologies for the disturbance.
Well, okay then.
Enter the chapel with our blessing.
I mean, we could have just finished that guy off. As long as we're here, we may as well scoop up all these hollow evangelism vids and whatnot to sell. But I guess I'm feeling merciful today.
So, you must be Father Beauregard.
Dear girl, I do apologize for the rough treatment you experienced at the hands of my children. They are zealous for the Lord.
Well, they're zealous for something. Look, I don't want to waste any of your valuable time.
My time is the Lord's, and is never wasted in his service.
Yeah,
I
so
cannot
it sure
believe
looks
they
like
didn't give
somebody
this
out
guy a
there is
bolo
trying
tie.
to pin a lot of death and destruction on the Inviolates. Well, more than they're usually responsible for, I mean.
I'm not sure I appreciate your tone. Our acts of purification are sacred, and we stand with justice. But yes, it has come to our attention that some scurrilous third party seeks to besmirch our good name. But the Inviolate do not act in the darkness. Only in the light can our worthy acts further the purposes of our Lord.
They sure are flying some of your ships, though. They kind of stand out.
Indeed. A dozen or more of our craft was stolen from us, and many brave Inviolates were cut down during the theft. Undoubtedly, these miscreants are using their ill-gotten spoils to further their own ends.
Any idea who those people were?
None. But the enemies of the Inviolate are many. And now, I believe our time is at an end.
I thought your time was the Lord's and never wasted.
Never wasted in his service. And I believe this meeting has served. Good day.
Yeah.
There's a pretty slick little move he did there with the a dozen or more of our ships were stolen. I don't know, maybe it's all of them. Maybe it's all of the ones you've ever seen. Alright, so just have a...
as men disfigure and despoil his creation.
I mean, I guess we're just headed back now?
We cast away our fellowship with
Danvers is in Wyoming, which is all the way up there, so I guess we're going like Tombstone, Arizona, Mississippi, Montana? That doesn't get me to Nimpu. Maybe we go to Nimpu and then Colorado, and yeah, I guess that makes sense.
As we overturn the tables of the moneylenders.
So we need Tombstone, Arizona. I gotta remember that I am not going to remember if I don't, if I don't say it out loud 10 times while I'm looking at it. It's almost like a superpower, my ability to forget things.
Well, Xander, it wasn't exactly a dead end, but it didn't shed much light either. Beauregard insists it wasn't the Inviolate. He said some craft were stolen from one of their hangars.
Interesting. Then perhaps it's time for an interrogation.
Of who?
That is indeed the question. Meet me at Hedron and the Hitchcock system.
But and he's gone.
Hitchcock. Okay, well, path through Dakota makes more sense now.
Autopilot disengaged by hostiles.
But what if we just kept the autopilot going? What if instead of that thing, we did the other thing?
Destination reached.
So like here's a good example. Your player's a good example of sort of like the problem. Your player's going to be motivated to do the thing that is most effective, right? In our case, we have a lot of distance to cover. And we're constantly being told to run all over the place. So it makes the most sense to line up the ship and then hold E and just have it jump to where we're going. Because I have a limited amount of time in my human life, and I would like to spend it on a variety of things, not just this one thing. But if you allow the player the ability to completely skip transit, then situations like that where... This is where we're going, right? Yeah, Dakota. Situations like that where you want the player to have the opportunity to encounter a variety of things happening out in space, you have to forcibly stop them because you've left no way for the player to opt into the encounters. They have to opt out of them instead. If there was no ability to hold E and you always had to use the sublight, then it could always be, hey, it could always be like the distress beacons where I could press a button, I could choose to engage, which would make it feel a lot less frustrating while still giving me the ability to engage with stuff if I want to.
Destination reached.
So I mean, obviously, if that was the case, you'd have to make the sublight way faster or something, but like, they added a feature as a convenience, what would seem like a favor to the player, the ability to completely skip the travel times, but in doing so, they may have made the whole experience less pleasant, taking a step in the wrong direction in the interest of convenience, and I kind of feel like that's emblematic of the problem that I'm having with some of the other design as well, where they've, in the interest of being too nice to me, they've actually made my experience a little bit worse. I don't know. Either that or I'm just looking for every way that this cannot be my fault.
You are now entering an...
Also, why is everybody that we want to talk to moving around so much? This guy was not in, he was not in Hedron before, right? I guess we've never actually physically met with Xander before, though. It's always been over the radio.
Have a seat, Miss Markev.
This needs to be the end of the line between us, Xander.
We shall see. I'm not quite finished with you yet. I intend to discover the identity of the party behind these attacks. I have assembled a decoy convoy, drone pilots, empty freighters from old stock, and we will yet again seek an encounter.
Not sure I'm interested in being near that ship again.
I'm not sure you have much of a choice. To continue, you'll accompany the Phantom convoy, and if and when an attack takes place, you'll capture one of the pilots involved. We'll only need one. The resources at my disposal are adept at extracting information.
Did you really need to have me fly all the way here to tell me this?
I value
Doesn't seem like it.
face-to-face interactions, Miss Markev. It's the personal touch that matters.
Right.
Meet the convoy in Little Hope, Miss Markev. Farewell.
Little Hope? Is that yet another system that we've somehow never been to? I mean, there's an awful lot of space out there in space. I guess it's not, like... It's not shocking. But I do feel like we've done an awful lot of traveling.
As an industrial solvent. They can't actually
Oh, man. So, of course, like, he flies you to a place that, by the shortest route, is like 7 jumps away from the place that he wants you to go.
Number 7 distilleries.
Alright, we're still gonna go through Nimpu.
Wanted level decreased.
But I will say, at this rate, it is going to take us about 1,500 more episodes to complete the plot of this game.
That always gives me such a splitting headache.
Part of the reason that I often don't... Let's see, that's Arizona. That's the only one. Okay, here we go. Part of the reason that I often don't do a lot of editing is that, like, part of the goal with my series is generally to convey the genuine experience of playing the game, or at least the genuine feeling of the experience of playing the game. So if it's all like chopped up and jarring, that's not how you would experience it if you were playing it. You know, that's counter to my goal. In this game, I probably could cut out some of this travel because the experience of travel is always cut up and jarring unless you sublight everywhere. I don't know, I'll think about it. I'll think about maybe doing some more editing in the future. Okay.
Destination reached. Craft entering the area.
Also, how is it that everybody's
Juno,
having
ready to go?
problems on the opposite side of the
Jade.
galaxy all the time?
All right, let's check out the chance debris field first. See what's up.
Radar impaired.
Are we doing it? Are we checking it out? No, sorry. She wanted me to fly. It's very emblematic of the quest design. She wanted me to fly here so that we could fly somewhere else so that we could actually do the thing.
Destination reached.
Dang, looks like a mess we'll have to clean up first.
Craft
Good
entering the
times.
area. Missile inbound. Missile evaded.
Yeah. Quite a few of those were not let off by the ECM. No, don't talk to them. There we go. Hey, who knows? Maybe we could navigate or negotiate with them.
Look, I think we can work something out.
All right, it was worth a shot.
Missile inbound.
And you would not generally expect that to work, but then these guys are malfunctioning and everything. You know, maybe they've become dumb enough to just be like, "Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't know I was bothering you."
Missile inbound.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know why she enjoyed that one so much.
Nothing left but dust.
Oh wait, never mind. There is in fact something left. It's weird. One of them just like jumped in from somewhere. Or maybe he was just beyond the edge of our sensor range before.
Bogey down.
I think that's all of them. I've had a scan running this whole time, and I'm not seeing Tanis. Let's check out the Velo Belt.
I think that's the last of them.
Yes, thank you, Juno. She just likes to confirm out loud to herself things that people have just told her,
Destination reached.
so she doesn't get
Craft
confused.
She could be anywhere in here. I'll start a scan. Hunt around and see if you can find her. You'll probably have to get pretty close.
But for some reason, like, I already know where she is, I guess, because otherwise how would I have a proximity meter like this? That is not good shit. No, wait. Hold on a second. Let's just cut the engines. I'm having a hell of a time actually killing these mines. I guess that one's like just beyond my weapon's effective range. Oh, there we go. Nope, still didn't die. It's fine because we were facing the wrong way. Where are we? Sometimes it feels like I roll more than 180 degrees and the number keeps going up the whole time. Wait, that's no good. Over here somewhere? It kind of feels like I have tried every direction. I mean, I know that must not be true, but it's so hard to tell, like, especially in areas of space like this where there's not a lot of stuff nearby for you to reckon position by. We're moving, but it's not easy to tell that we're moving. And if every time I pick a direction and it seems like the proximity meter is going up, and then I keep moving, it just starts going down again. Oh wait, wait, maybe we got something here? Nope, right there somewhere. Yeah, every direction is further away, which would imply that we should be right on top of her, I guess, but we're definitely not. Okay, this is promising. Is she one of those pieces of junk over there, maybe? Yo, this is terrible. Yeah, flying in any direction lowers the proximity meter. It only increases while I am turning. So we gotta be real close, yeah.
Alright, let's take her out. I want her alive, though.
Hostile craft entering the area.
Let's do this.
Missile inbound.
Let's try to get this done quickly because we have more nonsense incoming. I do kind of wish that there were more, like, live capture mechanics, like you had to actually try to hit EMP javelin shots or something, instead of it just always being, well, blow up their ship and they won't explode because they're a plotline character.
Missile evaded.
Ooh, wow. She flew directly into the entire swarm missile.
You're dead.
She is very tough to kill.
Right out of this.
I feel like we've done way more damage to her than most enemies are able to withstand already. She keeps flying directly toward me right as I launch my missiles, in a way that really ought to be causing her to die. On. Jesus.
I'm scooping her up.
Missile evaded.
It seems like the enemies that we're fighting here are not super powerful. It's just a matter of lowering the number of them.
Damn it!
Port shields down.
That's okay, I don't need shields.
I'm out.
Missile inbound.
Hopefully.
Shields down.
I certainly hope I don't need shields.
Shields down.
We still have half of our missiles left.
Port shields down. Wanted level cleared.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and
Come on, Juno.
get a little bit more aggressive here.
Forward shields down.
My shields are down 100% of the time. I don't know why she needs to keep telling me about it.
Bounty received. Port shields down. Missile inbound.
Okay, hopefully we are just about done with this encounter. This is an absurd number of ships.
You will regret.
Okay, yeah. Hold on. I mean, ceramics are worth a little something.
Looks like that's safely in the hold.
Okay, actually, there's not even that much cargo out here. I suppose we're going to get it all. Are we not good? Sure doesn't... Oh, there is in fact one enemy left, apparently outside of sensor range.
Well, that was wasn't so bad.
And I wonder how expensive my repairs are going to be. Because I feel like we took a
here.
very serious beating to the plating of every part of the ship. Also, weapon systems definitely took some hits, but thankfully that repair droid is actually totally worth the money.
Got her. Hey, thanks, Juno. Let me send half the bounty to you. This was fun. Us girls gotta stick together.
Nothing left but dust. Sure, Sharky. Sure.
Listen, we gotta keep being nice to Sharky. Because she clearly knows some kind of serious, like, secrets of the universe stuff. How else could her hair possibly do the thing that her hair does? That was a 40,000 credit mission.
Destination reached.
Okay, this is Dakota. Wait a minute. Yes, that is the opposite of the thing that I wanted. Ah, see, there are two jump gates that have the white "this is the thing that you clicked on" box around them. One of them is just a lie.
God damn it. Just what I needed.
Autopilot disengaged by hostiles.
Alright, yeah, we're not doing this. And maybe I should stop off at a station. I was gonna just try to travel some more, but I suppose we ought to go get some repairs. Let's jump out of here real fast.
I'm in a bit of a pickle. You got time to help an old friend out?
Destination.
What's going on this time?
Never mind.
You don't
No,
know somebody
there's nothing
money,
here.
do you?
No, nothing like that. Just swing on by and I'll give you the lowdown.
Alright, well, hopefully jumping to Colorado isn't going to shake the ship to pieces or anything, given that we're in pretty rough shape already. I need a station that I can actually stop at. Yeah, that'll do. Port Denver.
I don't have time for this.
Autopilot disengaged by hostiles.
Computer's not even listening to Juno. I just said I don't have time for this. Now, look at the number of red dots on the radar. Who would want to engage with that?
Destination reached.
Okay, please just let me get to the ground.
Clearance granted.
All right, what do you think? 20,000? I'm thinking it's definitely going to be north of 10, because we took very serious damage to the plating on all 4 quadrants of the ship. But I guess a lot of the weapon system damage was repaired already. 12. Okay, not all of it was repaired, and the repair bot's not super fast. It did probably keep us in fighting shape, though. It's hard to be upset about that. Man, I kind of want to... I'm going to take those alien specimens on board. That's a pretty good price for those. I just can't stop myself, man. We don't even need the money. It's just I see an opportunity to make the number go up. How can I not make the number go up? I'm telling you, it's a sickness. I got a brain sickness. Missouri, I actually don't know where we're going. We're going to Montana. That's New Mexico.
I'm 10-8 to my next stop.
Cool, total stranger. Thanks. Alright.
Destination reached.
Montana, yes. And then Nevada, and then Wyoming. We got... Man, we got so much stuff to do.
Entering the area.
And then we have some...
Get hit by
We have something, like, way off in the corner, too, don't we? Yeah, Little Hope? I guess that's what we're doing, is we're headed toward Little Hope. One little bit at a time. Alright, I have no idea how much Orzu's gonna try to charge us for a video slot machine, but I suspect I can pay it. What am I doing here? That's... Yeah, we just need to go to Nevada. We're not ready to turn this in. Okay. Have you noticed how I only remember that we don't actually need to be in Montana, when it turns out that it is the case that we do actually need to be in Montana? The one time we did have something to do with the Chinook refinery. Come on. You'd think we'd be able to, like, negotiate something with the police force?
Systems critically damaged. This is a distress call.
Just like, you leave me alone, and also, I mean, pay a small tithe to me every so often, and I'll stop shooting all of your officers. That's gotta be a better deal for them than the thing that's happening now.
Missile inbound.
Okay. That's right, it used to be we'd see them in pairs, right? I guess maybe I've caused them to have to beef up patrols a little bit. No, hold on, I'm not taking the blame for this. They could just not attack. They have caused themselves to have to beef up patrols a little bit.
Systems critical.
Phew.
Okay. Can we please be done? I got places to be. Mississippi. This is not even the right jump gate. There we go. There's gonna be 3 more cops waiting for us over here. Alright. Have we just made a big circuit of the available spaces here? Why do I have a mission? Why is my mission marker telling me to just go back through the gate? This is the mission.
My, look what we have here.
Autopilot
Just
disengaged
what I
by
needed.
craft proximity.
Why, if I'm not mistaken, it's a big waste of everybody's time. Who could have foreseen this?
Smoked them.
This is too damn hot for me.
Looks like trouble.
There's too many for me.
So many notifications piled up. They're just playing one after another, sometimes 20 or so seconds after the thing that initiated them.
Destination reached.
Alright, Orzu, save me from this madness.
Request received.
Maybe we could just leave all of this questing nonsense behind and work at the casino. I'm a pretty okay dice player some of the time, especially if I'm allowed to cheat, which it sounds like in Orzu's casino I would be.
Hey there, Orzu. This may be a little odd, but I was wondering if you might have a bar-top slot machine I could buy off you for cheap.
Certainly, Juno. How does
Wait, really?
3,000 credits sound?
Like, just absurdly reasonable? So reasonable that it makes me suspicious?
Sure, I can do that.
Excellent. I'll have it delivered to your ship. Happy to help.
Okay, that was easy. Weirdly easy after how much we've had to go out of our way to do the other stuff for the bar, for the station, especially that last one, which had us flying all over the damn map.
Yeah, you need to get topped up. You need to
Okay,
keep some
Wyoming.
unsavory types
What do we
out
even
here
need to do
talking
in
about
Wyoming?
when
I
you
don't
get
even
a
remember
nice
what my
buzz
missions are
on.
now.
Swing on down to Aunt Tanya's,
Richter,
drop out your liquor and ammunition.
Eureka,
Don't waste your time. Hell, you
Danvers.
don't even
Danvers
gotta
went
come
this
to
way.
your
Right,
door. We
we're
don't wanna
recovering
see you
Orzu's
losing
stolen
money,
gold.
and that's how we keep prices so low. 6 packs.
Destination reached.
I believe you strolled into a dangerous neck of the woods.
Every time we come out of the jump and we're that far away from the jump gate, I'm immediately annoyed. I know what it portends. Okay, are we good? No, we are not good.
No.
There we go. Was that a good use of anybody's time right there?
Well, that wasn't so bad.
I don't know, Juno. I hear what you're saying, but... straws and camels' backs... Okay, what do we need to do here? We need to just find this... I mean, I'm assuming find the ship, blow the ship up, recover the gold, maybe recover Danvers. That's sort of an optional objective.
Nobody here.
How certain of that do I feel?
Sources detected.
Okay, I guess pretty certain. Wait, maybe not? I'm reading on something over here. What is this?
Destination reached.
Is it really just random pirates flying around? Alright, destroyer. That's some pirates fighting some cops. I don't care about this noise. Where is the next node for the thing? I was kind of hoping that it had detected, like, a bounty, because we've gotten lots of notifications that a bounty was detected while using the scan before, even when it was obviously not correct.
To you. Drop it now, and maybe I'll let you live.
Radar impaired.
Who the hell are you?
Missile
That's what I thought
inbound.
you'd say. Let's
I don't-
put some more marks on the kill board.
That's not what that voice line said. Okay, well, I thought for a second there these pirates were going to be cool with us. I thought we had made the mission easier by going out of our way to align ourselves with the lawbreakers. But no such luck.
Dead.
Missile evaded.
Okay, it'd be really cool if everybody would stop crashing into everything. He tried to ram me again. Oh, hey, human transplants.
Inbound.
Got it.
Neat.
Missile evaded.
Shove that up your tailpipe.
Man, what kind of ship is this guy flying? I kind of want one of these. Thing's got a cool look to it.
Yeah, you just try and shake this.
Forward shields down.
There's the gold.
Okay, problem solved. Well, most of the problem solved.
That's safely in the hold.
Wanted level decreased.
Okay, now I think we're actually 1 ton of human transplants away from finishing that mission.
Over here.
Oh, apparently I'm not out of enemies. Yeah, there's still 1 left. Well, that can be a near future problem. Let's get this gold first.
All right, better get this back to Orzu.
Also, I guess some explosives. That's
Gotcha.
fine.
Objective complete.
Okay, I actually have to return it, huh?
Destination reached.
A fair number of these missions have just been completed right there in space with a phone call. And it could have like attached a thing to the gold, a guidance system and a rocket. Just had it fly itself back home. Alright, let's turn this in and then that'll maybe be a good place to stop for the day. I'm getting a little bit
Little one.
getting a little space cranky here.
Soon.
Missile inbound.
Let's just turn up the engines a little bit and get the hell out of here.
Autopilot disengaged by hostiles.
No, that's okay. You could just leave it engaged.
I'm getting the hell out of here.
Missile inbound. Destination reached.
There we go. I was about to say, if you interrupt my flight one more time...
Dodge sector traffic control.
So now, we are actually 1 unit of human transplants away from completing that quest, and once we do that, we'll be still very rich. Just almost exactly as very rich. But I'll feel good about having accomplished it, at least.
Juno, I can't thank you enough. You're a true friend. But even friends deserve a little reward when they help one another out.
What do you mean even
Appreciate
friends?
it, Orzu.
I would say friends are
Maybe
more
look into
deserving.
those hiring practices, huh?
Indeed. Farewell, Juno.
I don't think Juno really wants him to start getting more discerning. How would I have gotten hired if he was more discerning?
I gotta watch it. This is hell of my...
This is not really hell on the account. That probably should have, like... There should be some context detecting going on there, and if you're over, say, I don't know, 350,000 credits, she should just be like, whatever, it's all fine, who cares? That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll tell you what the problem is, there's just too much damn space out in space. Come back next time, tomorrow, for getting stuff done and less whining, probably. And we'll see you then.